Look, brother, I don't know. I have no idea if these kind of videos are going to be welcome to you, but I have a lot of expertise. I know a thing or two, pardon my indulgence here, pardon my embellishment about the X platform. I'm actually grown to a healthy 350,000 people, souls. That's a lot of people, that's a lot of eyeballs who see my content every single day. And actually the reason why I'm able to stand here and make this video today and generally live a life that is of my own agency is because of the X platform. And I believe it's the platform of the future. I actually saw a very funny tweet the other day that was around the idea of on the X platform or Twitter, you're selling your mind, you're selling your intellect. On Instagram, you're selling your body. And OnlyFans, you're selling your soul. And nobody wants to do the latter. I'm sure you would like to do the former. Hopefully things haven't got so dark that I'm able to see your internal organs over the internet for the price of a Netflix subscription. Anyway, please let me know if these kind of videos are welcome. I'm thinking about doing these kind of videos every Wednesday, Wealth Wednesday. And we talk about business ideas, mental models, and fundamentally how to build a life of agency and sovereignty moving forward. So 4 money-making models on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, that I personally leverage in order to live a life of relative ease. And I'm always forever grateful for that. Now, the first one is the one-to-one, which is typically a coaching offer. Coaching is something that I do every single month. Very, very profitable business model, between 1,000 and 10,000 USD every single month, depending on how many clients you want to take on. But therein lies the negatives. Therein lies the problem. Is that, look, there's this idea on the internet about passive income. I want passive income. I just want to wake up and have money. It's a nice idea. The reality is a lot more challenging because with this particular business model, you're still selling your time. I'm still having to get on these calls with individuals and spend an hour of my time talking to them, finding out their problems, making a plan. I love it, by the way. It's really, really valuable. I like changing people's lives and their experiences, but I am selling my time. Discovery calls. This is the one that is a big negative in my personal opinion. And I have to be careful about how I kind of phrase this. I'm so lucky, I'm so privileged that I am able to have people all over the world who want to speak with me and interact with me. And you're going to have to forgive the embellishment here. And, it is a reality, and I'm forever grateful for that. However, the flip side to this is that there's individuals who aren't serious about entering into a formal relationship with myself to be coached and to get the outcomes that they want. And I think it's because they fundamentally don't understand how coaching works. I think most people think that a coach is going to be able to solve every problem for them and they're going to have to put in no work. But coaching requires input from the client, input from the prospects. And because there are people who want to speak to me, I do want to speak to the individuals that are serious and understand that. There's been many occasions where I talk to people. I'm polite. I give them my time. I am, for those individuals that I've spoken to. But fundamentally, they're not really interested. They're not financially motivated with any changes in their lives. And, whilst that might be a particular issue for them at that moment, I'm in a place now where I'm only able to work with individuals who are more financially motivated with that. So if you choose to take on this business model, it's very, very profitable, 100%. However, you're going to spend some time trying to find the right people. And that's the most important part. You're finding and connecting with the right people. You're not supposed to close every single person that you talk to. I invest in people. I want to make a relationship with people, and I fundamentally want to see their lives be changed into the future. I don't want our time to end when our time ends because, I spend a lot of time. I invest my time. I invest my systems, and I'm almost like a little fan, a little supporter of their lives, and I want to continue being that. But if the clients are terrible, if they're cheap, it's very difficult for me to be able to facilitate that. So where would I rank this business model? Probably number 3 or number 4 out of 4, just because of those discovery calls. I probably spend in a week maybe as long as 4 hours in total talking to individuals who just aren't serious about changing their lives. And, my time is valuable. And So it's always a challenge. So the second one is going to be services model. This is another excellent model, one that I probably have the least amount of experience with. I did sell websites in my past, which was fairly profitable. I used to sell websites for something like 2,500 USD, I think was my minimum, but it really depends on the amount of pages and functions and features somebody wants. It's really good because you can start to get monthly retainers. Really good is a terrible adjective. It's a tremendous expedition if you can get monthly retainers, which means you're not having to source new work, because that is the downfall of the services business model. You are spending a lot of time on cold outreach, cold DMs on the X platform, maybe cold emails, maybe cold calls. I don't know, but you're spending a lot of time looking for work. You're probably spending 50% of your time looking for work and another 50% of the time actually fulfilling the work. So there is this maybe naive understanding of how online business works, and people think I want to be independent, I want to do everything for myself. That's fine. But if you contrast that to a 9-to-5, you don't need to look for work. The 9-to-5 gives you work. You're not having to outreach for leads, for clients, for customers. This is something that you're going to have to do if you're going to build and sell your own services. However, I don't want to push you off this business model yet, because once you get to a certain velocity in your personal business, then people will be reaching you. It will be inbound leads. People will hear of your good work from other people and say, I want to speak to Joseph. I heard he's got a really great coaching offer. And that's happened many times. People emailing me saying, Joseph, do you have a coaching slot available this month? I'd really love to work with you. And those are the best clients to work with, because I haven't proposed them. They've reached out to me. They're willing. They're showing all the evidence that they're competent, and they're going to convict on the actions and systems that we develop in our times together. And inbound leads, again, that's the cream of the crop. That's what you want. The other drawback is pitching. I quite like pitching. I quite like proposals. I quite like saying how we're going to achieve the things that we're going to achieve together, or how I'm going to build a website for you and why you should choose me. I quite like that. I think that plays to my skill set, but for other people, it can be anxiety provoking. I get that too. So I'm curious, out of these two, if you're still with me, hopefully you're still with me, which one you would lean towards. I've certainly leaned more towards the 1-to-1, but this next one, this third one, it is so good because it is the digital product business model. You're talking make once, sell an infinite amount of times. I'm not having to go and source material to make books because they're all electronic. I made my courses once. You can make an ebook once. You can make an audiobook once, and you can sell it an infinite amount of times. That is the value of this business model, and as close as passive income as you're going to come. Probably as close as your parents giving you allowance every weekend for just existing. That was easy money when you thought about it. Easy money for just existing. Now, in some ways, however, it's not completely passive, because you have to still promote your products. You still have to say on X platform or Twitter or whatever it is, hey, this is available. I'm still saying on my videos sometimes, check the description box below for my products, my coaching, my courses. But that there's been many occasions in the past where I've woken up after a good long night, 8-hour sleep, and people have wandered into my store and bought something. And it's a wonderful feeling knowing that you're making money while you're sleeping. Somebody's just paid for your rent in the night, or somebody just paid for your food shopping. It's a very, very rewarding business model, and again, a lot of good memories, still good feelings from that to this day. However, third-party fees. I work with a company called Gumroad, and they are the hosting platform for my digital products. Every time I sell a book, every time I sell a course, they're going to take a small little slice of that pie. It is what it is in most cases, but it still doesn't stop me not liking it. Marketing, we already talked about, still being active in the process of making sure people are seeing our products. And then refunds. Fortunately, I don't get too many refunds, but it always sucks when somebody messages you and say, hey, Joseph, look, this wasn't what I expected, or it didn't work. And you just have to uphold your side of the refund policy that you have in play. However, there are some people, and I know these people because how quickly they ask for refunds, who, predicated on your refund policy, will buy your product, full well knowing before they buy it, I am already going to ask for a refund. I really despise these people because they get the value of your content and they get their money back. They were never planning on keeping your product in the first place. And those guys, I do not enjoy at all. They're weasels, they're rats, they're not nice people. And they don't appreciate the work that you're putting in to fundamentally support them. They're not fans of yours, they're little sewer rats. So this might be number 2 out of my favorite business models. This is increasingly becoming my favorite. It is the community subscription model because of the reoccurring income. I think the only downside to something like a digital product is that, sure, you can make once and you can sell an infinite amount of times, but you can't sell to the same customer again. Whereas if you have reoccurring income, because somebody has subscribed to your Patreon, for example, which is an example of subscription model, they are increasingly getting benefits every single month from the platform. And equally, you are getting the reoccurring income from them being a supporter of you. It's also reliable income. Sometimes it's very difficult to ascertain if you're going to sell a certain amount of books or courses in a month. But with this, if you have a Patreon and they're a loyal Patreon, it's a reliable income. It's also great for the client because it's low cost. For example, you can join my Patreon. It's $5. It's $5 a month. And for that, you get 2 free books. You get my testosterone optimization book, I give it to you. My fasting manual, I give it to you. You get something like 12 or 13 long form videos that are exclusive, plus 2 more every single month. You get access to my personal library. You also get a guided breathwork video. And some of the upper tiers, you get access to VIP Discord channels, you get access to my sexual energy mastery course, you get access to deep work groups that we do every Sunday at 10 a.m. GMT, where we just get in the trenches, start digging out the trenches and actually start to move the needle closer towards the life that we want to live. Accountability groups, there's so many benefits. $5, $20, it's crazy. So it's great value for money for the client. However, time investment, it's a lot of time I have to put in making the community better. I love it. I will always do it. It's my favorite thing. I love having that kind of group of individuals who's part of this niche community, and I love you guys like my children. I really do. And the third party fees, Patreon's going to take a cut, but I'm happy to give them my money because I love the hosting platform. I think it's really good so far. So I'm really interested, guys, which business model do you prefer? Which one would you go for? I think with most of these, they are in order for me, maybe 4, 3. I may actually swap services with the one-to-one, but subscription model is certainly my favorite. I'm curious if there's any other business model that you think I should do. If you enjoy this video, please let me know. Again, I'm planning to make more videos on actually making income and fundamentally helping you guys have the knowledge to change your life circumstances. And I'm thinking about doing more exclusive, in-depth how-tos in Patreon if you would prefer me to go through the details, because I'd love to go through details of how to set up a subscription model, how to create a digital product, how to start selling your services. I'd love to go into that detail, but let me know. And these aren't theories, they're facts. Speak very soon.